Here's a 3-step process to creating an effective and implementable strategy for achieving your goals. It works for any area of leadership. I call it the ABCs of Strategy tool. So number 1, A, assess it. Take an honest look at where you are and where you want to be, as in set goals, which, guess what? We already did that. B, build it. Build a plan that takes you through manageable steps to get from where you are now to where you want to be. It's easy to get excited and overwhelmed all at the same time when it comes to goal setting and strategizing for the future. It's empowering, but then we look at the chasm between where we are now and where we want to be, and it feels too big. So we have to break it down into steps and write it down. And C, climb it. You have to have an intentional strategy with practical steps to achieve your goals. And how does it work? One step at a time. So as I said, we've already done the assessment. The second step is build it. Build a plan to achieve your goals. Now at this point, we need to assume that you are certain worship ministry is your calling. If you aren't, that's something that you need to make sure you bring to the Lord and figure out before you continue. Because if you aren't called to it, you won't thrive in it. So all of the teaching and tools that follow assume you're certain of your calling to worship leadership. Okay, that being established, let's say you have a goal for mentorship and relationship. As a worship leader, you desire to be known for mentoring people in worship and to be someone who always takes time to pray for people, no matter how busy you are. So if those were your goals, let's break it down into small, attainable steps, because most people can't scale an entire flight of stairs in one jump. So why do we set those unrealistic expectations for ourselves in our own lives? Yes, we must always begin with the end in mind, but we can't start at the end. We get there one small step at a time. So if this goal of mentorship and relationship were mine, I could break the steps down like this. Number 1, over the next year, pray that God would bring me one person of the same gender in whom I can invest time. Someone who shows interest in worship and has the raw giftings of a leader and a desire to grow. Number 2, find a reasonable amount of time to connect with that person. Maybe it's once a month, or maybe we just text back and forth and get together every 8 weeks or so. I would make sure it's bite-sized and attainable for me. Number 3, carve out at least 10 minutes per day to pause in the presence of God and ask Him to bring people to mind and to my path that I can pray for. Number 4, put some sort of accountability in place. A reminder on my phone, something like that, to be present and on the lookout for prayer opportunities. So, for example, I have several things in my life that I put on my phone as reminders that go off every single day. And it's not for anybody else, but it's something that I want to use to keep myself accountable for my goals. Number 5, take the opportunity. When the Holy Spirit prompts me to pray for someone on the spot in the moment, just go do it. So for me, none of those steps to achieving my goals seem overwhelming. They're small steps and realistic for my current season of life. For me, I have a wonderful husband and 3 small girls who need my attention. So if I said, over the next year, bring me 10 people who I can meet with every month, it's just not realistic or good for my current season. Then I would list these steps out in a place that I could return to, like a journal, and I challenge you to do the same. And when you've reached a goal, cross it out and add a new one. All right, so after you build it, climb it. Now I'm gonna illustrate for you how I would build my strategy steps with the goals that I just set previously in this video. So your strategy steps are gonna look a lot prettier than mine, but I'm gonna scribble them out for you here. So first of all, down here is now, right? That's where you are now. Up here is the future, where you wanna be, okay? And so from here, we have strategy steps. My 5-year-old could probably do a little bit better than this, but you get the idea. And so then what you're gonna do is on each step, you're going to summarize your goal. So my first goal, if you remember, was to pray about one person that I could mentor. So I would just write mentor right here. And that's a summary. I know what it means, right? And then my next goal, I would write here, and so on. And the amazing thing is if you put this in a place that you see frequently, you'll be able to come back to it and say, wow, God, look it, you brought somebody. And then you can check that off and say, I'm working on that. And it's just a fun, simple visual for you to see and track your progress. So now you have an easy 3-step process that you can apply to any strategizing that you need to do on your leadership journey. And you also have a solid plan to continue your spiritual growth, even in the midst of the busy life of a worship leader. Congratulations, you've taken the first step toward clarity in your worship leadership, but let's keep it going. This video is just a glimpse of our signature course, the Overflow Worship Leaders Startup Toolkit. It's your strategic guide to leading your ministry with confidence. Are you ready to become the leader that you'd want to follow? It's time for your next step now. To get immediate access to the full course and start today, click the link below.